Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're dialing in from. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share if you find this content helpful. Today, you will learn about the wisdom of Jesus, the son of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, as he was otherwise known. This is the only book in the Apocrypha to which the author's name has been attached, and that is Jesus, the son of Sirach. That is in chapter 50, verse 27. Sirach, as he is more conveniently known, was a wisdom teacher who directed an academy in Jerusalem, in which pupils were schooled in the very practical ethics and theology of the Bantu wisdom traditions. The book extends to 51 chapters, and it was written around 180 BC. That is the 2nd century BC. Sirach sought to show the importance of following the Most High's teaching in the law. He wanted his people, Isolele, or the Bantus, to realize the enormous gift that the Most High has given them, which is true wisdom. This book, originally called Sirach, is a kind of wisdom handbook, covering a wide range of subjects, representing a variety of literary forms. For example, ethical, moral, and practical maxims and proverbs, hymns, prayers, lists, poetic narratives, and even autobiography. In the 3rd century AD, in the Western Church, the book of Sirach came to be called Ecclesiasticus, the church book, suggestive of its significance for use as a manual for social ethics in the early church. Sirach is the last in the line of great wisdom collections, a worthy successor of those included in the Common Bible, such as Job, Proverbs, and Ecclesiastes. The brief epistle of James in the New Testament, with its wisdom style and content, also continues this tradition of instructing the faithful in right living. This is the page, or opening page, of the book of Sirach. As you'll notice here, I've highlighted that you'll find this in the scriptures of the Roman Catholic, the Orthodox, Greek Orthodox, and Russian Orthodox churches. Now, I'll just highlight some of the parts that I've put in yellow here, that Sirach thought we must give Israel, or Isolele, the praise for instruction and wisdom. This ties to Psalm 147, 19 and 20. They're the ones, Isolele is the one given the word. Then here he says, my grandfather, Jesus, having much given himself to the reading of the law and the prophets and the other books of our fathers. The other books. These are other books like the ones we've been reading that are not even in the Common Bible. And he's doing this so that we can make progress much more by living according to the law. He thought it was important. It was of importance that we live according to the law. Now, he makes a note here that pardon them in case some of these interpretations are not as accurate as they would want them to be. And he says, for things originally spoken in their languages don't have the same force in them when they are translated in another language. So in as much as we will see a lot of information here in English, beware that we may have lost some of the meaning in some instances as the translation was done, but they did their best. And again, they want us to do this, to read this book so that we can live according to the law. I couldn't emphasize it more than he did. Okay, so last time we talked about this outline that you have here, these 5 points. And today we're only going to talk about the first one, first 12 chapters. And these are going to be talking about the praise of wisdom. So let's get right into it. Now, in the praise of wisdom, I've broken it down into 3 categories. Wisdom and the fear of the Most High, chapters 1 to 4. Then we are exhorted to study wisdom and obey the Most High in chapters 4 to 6. And in the last 6 chapters, there's an emphasis on finding wisdom, how to find wisdom, prosperity, and contentment. Okay, let's start taking a look at this. So, right from chapter 1, all wisdom comes from the Most High. Who will search out the height of the sky, the breadth of the earth, the deep, and wisdom? Notice how we're being told about the elements of creation. How can you search
search out the height of the sky, the earth, the deep, which is the waters, and then in the same category of those elements is wisdom. Yet we don't think of it as an element. It is not an element, but it's categorized together with that. And then I also highlighted some text that is omitted. The source of wisdom is God's word in the highest heaven, and her ways are the eternal commandments. This was verse 5, which was omitted in the current text. This is describing wisdom. She is with all flesh according to his gift. He gave her freely to those who love him. So wisdom is with us. That's all flesh. But it is with those who love the Most High, or who love, yes, the Most High. The fear of the Lord will delight the heart and will give gladness, joy, and length of days. To fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Wisdom was created together with the faithful in the womb. We have it, guys. Just love the Lord. If you desire wisdom, keep the commandments, and the Most High will give her to you freely. Faith and humility are his good pleasure. In fact, let me read here from the beginning of 27. For the fear of the Most High is wisdom and instruction. Faith and humility are his good pleasure. Note those two things. Faith and humility are his good pleasure. That statement will come up again in the near future here. Okay. Then here there's another verse 18 that was left out. It says, both are gifts of the Most High for peace, and glory opens out for those who love him. I hope you're seeing a repetition here, repetition of this theme about those who love him. And if you remember from John 14:15, Isaiah said, if you love me, keep my commandment. So those who love him keep his commandments, which is what we're being told here. Keep the commandments and they'll give you the wisdom. Okay, here, this is from chapter 2. Those who fear the Most High will not disobey his words. Those who love him will keep his ways. Those who fear the Most High will seek his good pleasure. Those who love him will be filled with the law. Did we just learn about what his good pleasure is? Let me remind you, in case you forgot. Faith and humility are his good pleasure. Those who fear the Lord will seek faith and humility, which is his good pleasure. Those who love him will be filled with the law. Whoever honors his father will have joy in his own children. He will be heard in the day of his prayer. He who gives glory to his father will have length of days. He who listens to the Lord will bring rest to his mother. You can see it's emphasizing honoring your parents, just as in the commandment in the book of the law. This is in line. This ties in. It's not contradictory. It's actually aligning with. Honor your father in deed and word, that a blessing may come upon you from him. For the blessing of the father establishes the houses of children. Wow. The blessing of the father establishes the houses of children. But the curse of the mother roots out the foundations. The curse of the mother roots out the foundations. Treat both your mother and father well. They have a lot of power. Okay. Here in chapter 4, don't turn your face away from a poor man. He who made that poor man will hear his supplication. The Most High will hear the poor man's supplication. Deliver him who is wronged from the hand of him who wrongs him. Don't be hesitant in giving judgment. Do justice. Be as a father to the fatherless, and like a husband to their mother. So you will be as a son of the Most High, and he will love you more than your mother does. Those who serve her minister to the Holy One. The Most High loves those who love her. This is those who serve wisdom. But here we're being told how to treat widows and the fatherless, or orphans even, how to treat them. Be a father to those who are fatherless, the boys and girls who don't have earthly fathers, and be like a husband to their mother, the widows. I think this is just a repetition of what we've always known, but now we see it amplified in another text. Study wisdom and obey the Most High. Now we're talking about the second point here. Strive for the truth to death, and the Most High will fight for you. Yes, even at this time of the holidays, as they call them, tell people the truth. Don't winnow with every wind. Don't walk in every path. This is what the sinner who has a double tongue does. So we're not crazy when we're learning and following this path that is not part of a religion, that is not part of a denomination that is known. And people might think we're crazy. We're just choosing not to walk with every wind, not to winnow with every wind, and not to walk in every path. That is what the sinner does. Let those that are at peace with you be many, but your advisors 1 of 1,000. A faithful friend is a strong defense. Let your mind dwell on the ordinances of the Most High, and meditate continually on his commandments. He will establish your heart, and your desire for wisdom will be given to you. Again, look at the correlation between the commandments or the law and wisdom. Don't be faint-hearted in your prayer. Don't neglect to give alms. Honor your father with your whole heart, and don't forget the birth pangs of your mother. Fear the Lord and honor the priest. Give him his portion, even as it is commanded to you, the first fruits. Now take a look at these others that I don't think I've heard about these ones before, other than the first fruits: the trespass offering, the gift of the shoulders, the sacrifice of sanctification, and the first fruits of holy things. Okay, I've heard about first fruits, but trespass offering, gift of the shoulders, sacrifice of sanctification, that's new to me. All right, finding wisdom, prosperity, and contentment. Don't be jealous over the wife of your bosom. Don't give your soul to a woman. This is advising mainly men. Don't go to meet a woman who plays a prostitute. Don't associate with a woman who is a singer. Don't gaze at a virgin. Don't give your soul to prostitutes. Turn your eye away from a beautiful woman. Don't dine at all with a woman who has a husband. Let your conversation be with men of understanding. Let all your discourse be in the law of the Most High. Let your mind dwell on the ordinances of the Most High, and meditate continually on his commandments. He will establish your heart, and your desire for wisdom will be given to you. Whose offspring has honor? Human offspring who fear the Lord, the Most High. Whose offspring has no honor? Human offspring who break the commandments. The rich man, the honorable, and the poor, all of them glory in the fear of the Most High. A poor man is honored for his knowledge. A rich man is honored for his riches. The bee is little among flying creatures, but what it produces is the best of confections. Be steadfast in your covenant, and be doing it, and grow old in your work. What is your covenant with the Most High? Don't marvel at the works of a sinner, but trust the Most High and stay in your labor. For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Most High to swiftly and suddenly make a poor man rich. Very easy for him to do. Call no man happy before his death. A man will be known in his children. Wow. If you do good, know to whom you do it, and your good deeds will have thanks. Never trust your enemy. Don't set him next to you. Don't let him sit in your right hand.
Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share if you find this content helpful.